I come back upstairs about 4 or 5 hours later. I've got about 20, 30 notifications from people I don't even know. My heart dropped. I was like, oh fuck. And so he thought, fuck this, got a chair, lobbed it at the teacher. Well, you want to talk about religion?
God made the world.
So well, I don't believe you then.
No, I'm not going to argue because that's an opinion.
First off, you're not a scientist.
But you should get help.
Well, they're a fucking idiot then.
When you're not speaking, right, that is. When I got to that point,
yeah,
right, breaking point, I feel very selfish if I'm taking my life.
Yeah, boy.
Some of us just need a hug now and then, man.
Saying, look, I'm here for you. You know when you start doing that run where you're about to trip up? I did that for about 15 feet. And I went for a really bad breakup. It was about 2.5, 3 year relationship. I can feel myself getting tears now thinking about it. And I was on like a 4-month spiral. I'd self-harmed. I remember there was a point I had a night and I was like that. Bam, bam, bam. Soaring. Because I was in such a bad place. I didn't give a fuck. I stood on the edge of things, and if I do kill myself, you know why. You know why. It wasn't that I didn't want to live. It was that I didn't want to hurt people by dying.
It's crazy how something so small can go a long way. But it can save someone's life.
I always say love is like a fart. If you force it, it's shit. Right, welcome back to episode 2 of the Longwood podcast, featuring my friend and my second co-host, actually, George.
I'll take second.
Take second.
Tyler,
obviously, me and Tyler, you would, if you watched the last episode, me and Tyler was doing it. George is on this episode, and next episode, if you would like me, Tyler, and George to do a podcast with all three of us, and we'll have some debates, we'll have a discussion, and you want all three of us to be on the next episode, make sure to leave a like. Let's get 15 likes.
15,000 likes.
For that to happen, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Move the mic a tiny bit up.
But do you want it to cover my mouth?
No, you can do what you want.
I will, and I'll lick it as well.
Alright. Have you ever seen, because I want to tell this story, people that are OG subscribers to this channel will have known this, and people at our school would have known this story. I don't think I've told you, and most people watching won't know this. Do you know the story of when I was on holiday in like 2016? And
You might have told me, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, basically, when we went to Spain, 2016, went to Spain, we had our own room, it was a family holiday, me and Kai had our own room, and I remember at the time, I must have been 15, but I remember I was swiping. I had this, what was it called? Yellow. It was like a Tinder. Remember that?
Yellow.
Do you remember that app?
Bro, I used to be going live on there all the time.
You used to be able to go live?
Bro, yeah, I was famous on Yellow.
That's crazy. But yeah, so obviously that was like a dating app thingy, wasn't it, at first? Like you could swipe left, swipe right, kind of like a Tinder for
It's called
children.
Yubo now.
Yeah, I know, they've changed it. But basically, I remember I was on that app, talking to girls and everything. It was in Spain. And there was a girl I was talking to, right? Very into it. We was having a lot of, how do I say it? She was actually from Spain as well, so I was like, yo, we could possibly meet while I'm on holiday. Genuinely. I don't know what part she might have been quite far, but I remember we was talking for a little bit. Things got a bit heated. We were sending each other, she was sending me videos, like pictures and stuff, and then I remember the iconic thing she said to me, I don't know why I did it to this day, and this story gets better, watch. She sent me a snap saying, send video of cum. And this is where it gets good. So everyone's obviously enjoying their shit down at the, the pool and everything. I've gone upstairs. Like, I was upstairs anyway. I went to check my phone. My phone was always on charge. That was it. That was the reason. My phone was always on charge, right? And so upstairs. And so I came upstairs, replied to the message, says Zen video come. I thought, got to do it.
No.
And so I've had a, Johnny Quango, wank all over my stomach. It's basically finished all over my stomach. And recorded it. Right? I've recorded it. And I don't know if you could see the tip of my dick. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, it's all on my stomach. But it was in black and white. So, I sent it to her, right? Although I thought. I go downstairs to enjoy the rest of my day. Leave my phone on charge, right? Go downstairs, enjoy the rest of my day. I come back upstairs about 4 or 5 hours later. I've got about 20, 30 notifications from people, snap, from people I don't even know. My heart dropped. I was like, oh fuck. Turns out, I put it on my story by accident. I didn't just send it to her, I actually put it on my story. And so there was a video on my story of my cum on my chest saying, what was it? It was like, oh, you want some more later, baby. That's exactly what it said. And I put that on my story with video of this. Loads of people swiped up, people screenshotted it, everything. I was so fucking... I was like, my life is finished. I don't know if you see like my pubes and the shit and the video, cum all on my stuff. And I remember going back into school because everyone had messaged me about it. What the fuck is this? What the like? And I remember I went into school and that was like a running joke for a long time. And that's all people used to say. Send video of cum. People used to take the piss. People would screenshot it. They would put it in class. Try and be like, oh, miss, can we show research and put it on the screen? Like I was it basically embarrassed me for my whole rest of my school life. It just followed me. Still does with some mates today. They still bring it up.
Why didn't I hear about this in school?
And let me tell you something. Oh, it went around, trust me. And people would screenshot people, whatever. And yeah, so it wasn't just the caption. It wasn't just the video. It was the caption mainly. Because the video I could have got away with it because I put it in black and white. Some people genuinely popped up, and I had played it off right to a couple of my friends. I said, "Oh no, it was just." I said because it was in black and white the video, so it looked like it was just water from the pool, because I had my swimming shorts on. And so I remember going in. I think I told a couple of my mates what it was, and then people around the school started asking me, "What was that on your thing?" And I basically played this running lie that people actually believed, and I said, "No, it was just moisturizer. I made it look like it was cum. I didn't actually. It was." And
I was gonna say that at first. Why didn't you just?
But the thing, what gave it away is I could have just used it as a pool because it was in black and white, whatever, or water or moisturizer. But the thing, what gave it away was the caption. It said, "Oh, do you want some more later, baby?" or something like that with heart eyes. Fuck's sake. And literally that ruined me in school.
Did you ever get?
Can't believe you never heard that.
Did you never get to meet her?
No.
What did she say?
Can't remember.
About you putting it on your story.
She didn't see it.
She didn't see it on your story.
I think I might have just put it on my story and not sent it to her by accident. And that was literally like my life was finished. I went back to school. Instantly people were looking at me. Everyone in every single class had seen the top of my pubes, my fucking cum, had seen everything. And people screenshot it with people sending it to people.
This?
What?
What year was this?
Yeah. It was in 2016. I believe it was year 9.
Year 9.
Could have been, yeah. Year 9, 10. Maybe year 10.
It would be year 10.
Year 10, so yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew about this.
Trust me, it was one of the most embarrassing things of my life.
There's another subject though. Do you know all them bait pages that used to be up on Snapchat and Instagram and all that?
Yeah.
There were so many of them out, and I'd been put on a few. Yeah.
Did you?
No, listen. I got put on a few, right? But it wasn't actually me. This is the problem. So I don't know whether someone's gone and sent something to that.
What were the pictures?
Huh?
What were the pictures?
Dicks, mate.
And someone it's gone around that it was you. Like that was the memo that was your dick.
Yes.
Jesus. Did people believe it?
It's hard to say because no one had seen it other than a few.
A few, yeah.
Not my mates and that obviously, but.
I wouldn't expect your mates to see it.
No, apart from you.
Yeah.
But
that was before filming.
I don't know. I don't really have.
Do you have any embarrassing or funny stories from school? Anything?
No.
Oh, I remember actually once. Again, I think I told this in an old school video, but this is funny. In cross country, right? This was one of the most embarrassing things of my whole school. You could have been there. I don't know. I think it was the whole year. It was a whole year group. It must have been year 10, I suppose. And it was the whole year group doing cross country or whatever. So it was like 150, 200 people.
What come like third in that?
I don't know. It was like 150, 200 people, right? All in like a block. And I remember I was at the front. And then, it fucking cringes me out to this day. PE teacher goes, ready, set, go. I started sprinting off the line. Right? Bear in mind, there's 150 people behind me. I'm not like at the back and no one saw it. Everyone saw it, including the PE teacher. I start running. When your laces, when you start doing that run where you're about to trip up. I did that for about 15 feet. So it was not like, I could hide it. And the worst thing was, I ran off the start line, boom, I missed my footing or whatever, and it was that run where you're like trying to, when you're trying to keep up, and
so
you're
you was practically falling.
I was falling, but I was trying to run, and I just and I literally fell over in front of everyone. Everyone just ran past me like a stampede and laughed, and I was just like on the floor, like
I'd have literally got up and walked and got changed.
It was one of the honestly, I just like walked the rest of the way. Just think, like 100 the whole year, basically half the year or whatever, because they did it in 2 separate things. About 150 people half the year, literally, and I go, and I'm running, and I find my footing, and people are laughing while I'm trying to run,
wobbling all over.
Wobbling, like the one where you're really trying to stay up.
Yeah.
Did I do that on the football pitch? You know what I'm on about.
I know exactly what you're on about.
It was that. Oh, it was at the bottom of the field. Remember when we was playing basketball by yours?
Yeah.
And I was running for the basketball and I tripped, and it was that, basically, and there's the whole school behind me, the whole year behind me, and I just tripped in front and everyone laughed and everyone ran past.
But the thing is, in school, right, I was one of those trying to be funny kids, you know what I mean?
Class clown?
Yeah. So to me, if that happened to me, right?
No, you couldn't have played it off the way it happened. But no, the way it happened, it was not a laugh. It was like
to you, but
yeah, maybe
if it happened to me, I wouldn't care. I wasn't that type of like. If something happened, I wouldn't get embarrassed. I'm the same now. I don't get embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed for myself anymore. Like I'm very self-aware, very confident. I get embarrassed for other people. You know, when you're around people and you're in situations and something happens or they say a joke and no one laughs or something, I just want the world to swallow me up. That's cringe. Yeah, no, that's cringe.
When you're around and someone says and then that and like silent. I just think I want to laugh for them because I feel awkward for other people. I don't give a fuck about feeling like I don't really feel awkward anymore. Back then I was, because I was like 15. I was, puberty. I was fucking, you're going through all these changes and everything, and to embarrass myself once that year by putting a fucking video of my cum on the Snap story.
Same year.
Same year, I think. To embarrass myself about putting a video of my cum on my fucking story with a caption that was embarrassing as fuck, and then to trip over in front of half the fucking year group was not ideal.
In school, what's annoying is if I'd have stuck to that whole path of like, the fitness, football, blah blah blah, I wouldn't be such a fat shit as I am now.
You're not fat. But, you've got body fat, a high percentage of body fat. You're not toned, but you've got a good basis for muscle where you could just cut that straight down.
I'll go gym, yeah.
Oh, straight me. Yeah, motherfucker.
Wait, look at that. Oi.
I'm just chilling. I used to have a 6-pack, boss. It's gone.
So did I, bro.
I used to be like somewhat toned and like ready, like I was in shape. I was fit as well. Not, I don't even. I think there's a difference when we talk about fitness as well. It's one of those things that it's not even the being in shape part that you miss almost. It's the being like fit, like you feel good all the time. You could run 10 miles and you're fine. Like you just feel.
I used to be in the cross country team for school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how mad it's gone. I've gone from in the team of cross country at school to
sitting on the podcast chair, not moving.
Yeah, pretty much what I do every day, apart from work and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I know.
That.
But hey, you can just get back in the gym. We'll get back in the gym soon.
Yeah, you guys watch
fitness videos.
Give me a year.
So you've got a very good basis for like you can cut muscle, you can cut fat easily, and you'll have a very, very good physique. I probably need to
season, baby.
Yeah, like I probably need to build a little bit of muscle and cut a little bit of fat, but I just want to get in shape. I don't really care about getting massive and everything. I just want to get strong because I'm strong for what I am, my size, but I just want to get in shape and like feel good, fit again. Like because I was seeing snaps of yesterday when it's like from like 2 years ago when I was like proper fitness and in shape, and it's like me waking up at 7 a.m, going for a run or like putting things on my story, going to the gym. I was like, I need that again. I want to get that same motivation. Yeah. I feel like once you leave school as well, because you have to wake up every day for school. You have to be up early. So I think one of the main things that I actually took away from school in my adult life that could benefit is routine. Do you know what I mean? Like I think most of the things they teach in school is shit.
I didn't take that. You know what?
But I think routine is very helpful.
What you're on about normally when you wake up, right? You have a set. You wake up. You know when to wake up. So.
What, for school?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
I used to be able to do that. Literally, I could go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 in the morning, and wake up at 7:45.
What, with an alarm set?
No.
Just wake up?
Wake up.
I think it's because your body's conditioned though, isn't it?
On the dot. And even...
That's crazy.
And what's weird, right? School days only. Weekend, I'll sleep. It is weird. I don't know if anyone else... It's
a fact that if you go to sleep every day for a certain amount of time and you wake up at the same time, eventually your body will naturally have its own body clock where it wakes up at that time. Like my mum can go to bed and she'll wake up at like 9 every day, dead, or 8, dead on 7. No, she wakes up like 7 or half 6.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I could go.
Like no matter when she goes to bed, she'll wake up at that time.
I could go to bed at 11 p.m. day before, wake up 7:45. I could go to bed at 3 a.m.
3, yeah.
Wake up at 7:45. It doesn't matter how long I've had. Doesn't matter when I've gone to sleep. I will wake up at that time. A 5-minute gap in between each.
That's crazy. The only thing I took from school though in terms of that was routine, I'd say. I think most of the things they teach are bullshit. You learn things. I think you do most of your learning in primary school, in the early years of secondary school, where you absorb the most of like the most important information that you take in. Like from the basic maths and basic this and this. But of course they don't teach you life skills. That's one thing you miss out on. I've learned genuinely more in these 3 years out of school after sixth form, I suppose. I've genuinely learned more out of school in the few years of life I've experienced, and I haven't even started yet. We're both so young, than I did in 15 years of schooling in terms of things that are going to perpetuate me to a better position in my life and things that I'm going to learn to be able to curate and, you know, make myself a better person and take me through daily life. Algebra.
Bro, they didn't even...
Pythagoras' theorem. I'm not going to use that doing my bank statements, am I?
Where's mortgages?
That's what I'm thinking. They don't teach any of that. It's fucking ridiculous.
Like tax, like all of that. It's like... You don't teach us what's actually coming in life.
100%. It gets to the point now where it's just more of like an indoctrination. It's so many like different... like. They're concerned about the exterior and what they look like and what you wear and what you do and this and all these petty shit, and they're not even focused on teaching the motherfuckers shit. Like, you're there to teach my children. You're not there to.
I don't know. I think they're just a bit lost. To be fair, at this moment in time, they're just
who?
Schools in general.
Yeah.
They're not teaching life skills.
Even if they just dedicated 1 hour a week, fuck me, that's not a lot. You can make space for, even if it was 1 hour a week. This week we're learning about mortgages. How would you put down a mortgage? How would you pay your rent? How does income tax work? How did you work out your tax? Next week we're working out, this is how to use a dishwasher, this is how to cook, this is how to use a washing machine. These are the buttons you press. Next week, working out life skills, things you do. You know, this is how to take care of a fucking child, or this is mental health. That's a very big thing now. This is how to deal with your mental health. Talk to people, having conversations where they act out real scenarios in how you talk to people, things to say, things to be alert of. It's none of that. It's just pure academic. It's just. A lot of it is pointless knowledge, but it's pure academic, like, stuff that's going to get you a degree. Like, that's all it's going to help you for. I'm never going to use... I did A-level maths. I passed A at maths. I got an A or an A. I got an A in maths. Like, GCSE maths. And then I was like a B+ in A-level maths, but I dropped out. And half of the shit... It's like, unless I'm going to be a mathematician... to then regurgitate the same fucking bullshit knowledge to another person and be that in 20 years, or I'm going to be a scientist. It's fucking dumb. It's useless.
This is what I'm saying. Like, fair enough, you're on about like the whole teaching side of it, yeah. Also, what I'm saying is GCSEs, right? When we took our exams, right? In most of them, I must have just fell asleep. Like, and I didn't even I did not open the paper. Yeah, I just couldn't give a fuck. I'm going to see. This is how
did you do in your exams?
How did I do?
Yeah.
Well, didn't pass, man.
Didn't pass anything? In GCSEs?
I tried, the ones I tried on. So I'd say PE. I passed PE. and I passed
Some arsehole
ICT,
outside with a fucking thing buzzing.
computing, and PE.
Did you pass English, math, science?
Nothing. And do you know what? Still got a decent job, so I don't care.
It's crazy. Like, even when my dad was younger, he got kicked out of school at 15. My dad.
Yeah.
Because he was like always like a class clown, always taking a piss, and I think, no, was it 15? 14, 15. He got kicked out. He's always class clown, always taking a piss, didn't do his work, basically bunking off school, doing whatever. Like a naughty kid, basically, at school. And obviously back then they had board rubbers, you know, like they had a blackboard and the big wooden motherfucking board rubbers. And he made a joke or something in the class, and the teacher got this big thick motherfucking wood. Like, shut the fuck, boom, through the thing, it hit him in the head. Big thick fucking wood, hit him in the head. You could do that now. Now I do think fucking Child Protective Services would come in 10 minutes. But yeah, through it, hit him in the head. He's obviously embarrassed. The whole class started laughing. And so he thought, fuck this, got a chair, lobbed it at the teacher, and he got suspended, kicked out at 15, never went back. But he's in a high paying job. I'm not going to say it, but very, very high paying job.
Yeah.
Because he was just ambitious and he worked hard. He was ambitious and he worked hard to get.
It don't determine your life.
It doesn't determine shit. There's many people I know that have graduated from school and they've gone on, they're in university or college, and they've got, I've got a degree and I've got 8 GCSEs, but you're 10k in debt from university, and you're only going to get a job that's 30k a year that you're probably going to hate anyway, with a shitty boss, and you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're no better than.
Don't get me wrong. People are going for jobs that they like, right?
Everyone, do what you want, but what I'm trying to say is, the final point I was going to make on the school thing, we'll talk about something else. Like basically, they teach you. I feel like all it does is set you up for adult life to not question authority, to just listen to everything you're told, be in a routine, wake up at this time, you go to work from 9 till 5, 8 till 3, you know, listen to your authority, you have these certain times you can go for a break, you do what you're told, and then you go home. And that's it. You learn certain things that teach you about maths and English and everything, the basic things, but I feel like you learn those in the early developing years of your life anyway. But most of the important shit, you know, you learn most of it in the early developing years of primary school and secondary school, the early years of secondary school, and then the rest is just fluff. Just do this because it's on the curriculum. No, don't question it, just do it. And it's like, you're basically, say you're 18, right? To put it blankly, you go from at 18 years old, let's say you leave school at 18, you go from at 18 having to ask whether you can go to the toilet or not, to a month later when you leave school, you have to ask whether you go to the toilet or not, to then a month later going, you got to deal with life now, taxes, bills, rent, everything. You got to deal with it. You go from having to ask whether you need to go to the toilet to a month later when you leave school, bang, whole world's on you. There you go. I don't know how you do it, just deal with it. There you go, leave. That's it. That doesn't teach you fuck all.
I know.
It's just setting you up for adult life. And these mundane routines, that's it. They should have it could be improved so much, just allocating certain amount of time based on actual life skills and things that are gonna sustain knowledge in students' minds and open them up. To make learning fun.
Don't get me wrong, there was some interesting lessons, like science. Yeah, that was...
It's fun. Science lessons were just a laugh, though.
That was always a mess about class, that's the best one, but at the same time you do... Do you know what's weird? I've learned more outside of school than in school.
100%. I have too.
Like, even when we was in school, I still learned more. I chose to learn outside.
Because that's real life.
Yeah.
You learn about friendships, you learn about love, you learn about confrontation, you learn about rent, you learn about going to work, you learn about how to pay things, money management, relationships between your friends and family, mental health.
It's not even just that.
Independence.
I'm on about even like history. I like to teach myself on that stuff.
Yeah.
Like when we was in school, say
we might just in the centre.
Yes, Dad.
There you go.
When we was in school, if we was in a history lesson, I'd sit there, I'd fuck about, I wouldn't want to listen. If I'm at home, on my PC, I want to learn about some stuff. Like, I'd want to sit and watch about, like, Vikings and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot more interesting when you're wanting to learn yourself, not when someone's forcing it down your throat.
That's a very good point. I feel like what they should do is make it fun, so it takes you back to the root of learning, and it opens you up to allow yourself. That's what I mean. They need to make you comfortable. They need to make you feel that because it's basically you're just shoving 30 people that are completely different. They come from all different parts of the world, all different nationalities, families, everything. They're 30 different students, and you're just going do everything the same. And instead of taking it back to its roots, for RIP Tyler, I've just realised that. Instead, they need to take learning back to its roots and have fun and have an actual humane connection with the students and do things different and make it creative, so it allows them to actually be interested in knowledge and to learn, and thus you're going to be able to be more accessible. I learnt most, genuinely, and had actually more respect for the teachers that treat me as a friend rather than like, I own you, do what the fuck I say. There was a very few teachers that I was in school like, there was
a few teachers, yeah.
Like Miss Butler, Mr. Jew.
Mr. Barnes, he was a joke PE teacher.
Even Mr. Beard for film studies, he was so safe. He just let us do what we wanted in school. He was so relaxed. He would have a laugh, but he also was disciplined and made us do the work. And I actually learned and focused and honed in on that. And like when we was in school, I really actually cracked down. And I learned a lot from film studies. I didn't learn a lot from the other things. Because it was more just, right, what are we doing? Like, copy that on the board and now write about Shakespeare. Give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care about that bullshit.
School I just wasn't interested in at all, to be fair, anyway. It's just...
But yeah, it's just... I felt like the room got darker then for a minute. I don't know why.
Because of the... sun went in.
But yeah, let's move on from that. What should we talk about now?
I wanna do you know what? I wanna talk in how the world started, bro.
The world?
Yeah.
What do you mean how the world started? See, I'm uneducated on this. I don't really know what I'm talking about.
You don't.
The Big Bang.
Yeah.
Boom.
And the whole concept of, I don't know, like religion and stuff.
That's a techie subject.
I know.
But we can talk about it. It's a podcast. It's open for discussion. It's just an opinion.
We've got our own beliefs. Everyone's got their own beliefs.
Exactly. It's just a discussion. I'm open-minded. I'm always open to new ideas. But everyone has their own opinions, and I think it's okay. It's right for everyone to talk about. P.S. I'm not scared of this. Going forward, with this, what you want to talk about religion? Is what you want to talk about?
Well,
the world.
Both. The world, how it started. People think. In there, I don't know about like bare religions and everything like that, and haven't read upon them.
I feel like I've done my research.
How do you think it started?
Well, it's not how it is. It's been proven that it was the Big Bang.
Okay, but there's everyone's different thoughts. You know what I mean? So
it's not different thoughts. It's facts. It's science.
Yeah, but then people don't believe in science.
Well, they're a fucking idiot then.
Religion.
If you, organised religion. But again, they believe that Earth is 5,000 years old. That's proven it's fucking wrong.
Let's go off of Christianity. Let's go off.
What about it?
Jesus. God.
What about it?
God made the world.
God made it. Okay, but then you can break that down. Just watch any George Carlin or Ricky Gervais special, and they can break any of that down.
This is our special. So
you are?
I said this is our special.
Oh, I like that.
So,
kiss. Yeah. No. Again. People have their own beliefs. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, their own beliefs, their own thoughts.
At the end of the day, you say,
but it is. But it is science. It's proven the fact that the Earth is
100%.
this many billions years old, like 14 billion years old or whatever, and or 4 billion. I can't remember the exact term.
I'm atheist anyway, so
I'm an atheist. I'm an agnostic atheist. As I discussed with you last night, it's crazy. If you say to people, if people go, cause people, everyone's got their own thing. You go, oh, you religious? They go, oh yeah. If you go, oh, are you religious or do you believe in God? They go, oh no. If you say I'm an atheist, it's like, oh,
yeah,
oh, he's kind of against it. It's not. Atheism isn't a belief system. Yeah. Atheism, in a nutshell, is you say there is a God. I say, can you prove that? You say no. I say, well, I don't believe you then.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
It's not a belief system. It's just you can't prove it. I believe in science and the laws of the universe and facts and hard empirical facts. I don't believe in. I'm open-minded to discuss things, but I don't believe in what I can't see, what I don't see, whatever.
I'll put it this, I respect people's religions and their beliefs. I personally, my opinion, I don't believe. I'm not going to argue with someone that thinks this and that because that's an opinion. And basically what a religion is, it's a group opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's a load of people believing in the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's an opinion at the same time. It's not.
But I think it's, and everyone's got their own different meaning of it. So some people are spiritual and they're not religious. There's a lot of people I know, actually. I feel like it's becoming more of a trend. I feel like organised religion, right? Organised religion is dying out, and it's this more, we're coming into this new wave of a lot of people, not saying everyone, but a lot of people that believe in God, whatever that is, but they're not religious. Or they don't believe in actual, you know, the Bible or this or this. So they're not religious. They just believe in God.
Yeah, but some people,
and they're spiritual, right? And all this.
Some people, do you know what? At some point, I was one of them, right?
Do you reckon? When?
What I'm about to say.
Okay.
So, I thought at some point, just to be safe in life, right? I'm going to believe in God because I don't want to go to hell.
Yeah.
That point. I want to believe in him, so I go somewhere good. But at the same time, I don't believe, because there's no proof, scientific evidence that this happened. So I'm there like...
There's no evidence to prove
I don't want to say, oh, I don't believe in him, and then, hold on a minute, I die. There we go, he's real. That's why, when I was younger, I was like, hold on, yeah, well, Sorry guys, Reese has got to look sexy at all points.
Yeah, I need to probably move this way. I don't want to be in the way of your camera. Yeah, I feel like I went for a period about a year and a half ago where I believed in God. I've never believed in religion. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in religion, government, anything. I don't believe in any of that. But and everyone's entitled to their own thing. You can do what they want. All I ask from people is you can believe in what the fuck you want. You can believe in a unicorn. You can believe in a fucking boogeyman under the fucking bridge. I don't care. Believe in what you want. Have your own fucking religion. I don't care. All I ask is do not get me involved. Just leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Do not force your religion upon other people.
Someone come up, do you know what would offend me more than anyone else? Someone come up to me and said you should convert to this religion.
That's what fucks me off with Jehovah's Witnesses. I remember I got approached, actually. I was walking, this was when I was with Daria, and I think I was walking, you know, through Prospect Park. You can cut through to go through the Oxford Road on that middle bit. I was walking through this little estate bit, I don't know, some houses, and there's two blokes come up to me and they go, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, fuck me. But they didn't look like Jehovah's Witnesses, they just looked like normal blokes. And they're going, how are you? Well, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. You know, what do you like? All this shit. They genuinely seemed really nice. They wasn't like some weird sales. It just seemed like nice blokes. I didn't know what they wanted. And then obviously they're like, oh, so are you religious? I was thinking, fuck.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fuck me. I was going, no, actually, I'm not. I'm more of an atheist. They was going, oh. So would you like to, we've got this thing. Would you like to come down to the church at some point? And they were just waffling on about some bullshit. And they was. And then they gave me some little business card. They were I think, I don't know, I think one of them asked for my phone number.
See what I mean? What you just said then,
and then they gave me a business card, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll head down this Sunday. It was like, you better be there, blah, 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 blah. Walked off, throwing a bin. Fuck that shit. I don't care what people believe in. Just don't force it upon other people. And I feel like, what is it? If God's real, why did God make me an atheist? Why? If he's real, why if he made everything and he made everything on the planet and he created everyone equally, why did he make me an atheist?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
I say, okay. They say, God only takes the good ones. So why do people die that have been...
Yeah, I know. I might actually insert it here. There's a George Carlin piece where he literally goes, he was like, if this is God's work, he said, if there is a God, then why is there war, famine and corruption and and went on and said, well, if there is a God, he's at least incompetent, or maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a fuck about what you want to do with your grade. He doesn't give a fuck about the new car you want. He doesn't give a fuck. And he said, if anything, it's really... He said it's selfish. He said God must get billions and billions and billions of prayers every day. I want this. Give me a new car. I want to fuck this girl. I want to do this. I want to do whatever. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off.
Yeah.
It's a bit selfish, isn't it? He said, and at the end of the day, it's kind of that thing. Like, it's a 50-50 thing. You believe in God. He was like, that's what happened. This is what he said, and I'm just paraphrasing this. He was like, anything that people pray for, and it comes true, they go, oh my God, it was all because of God, and thank you, and it's all power to him, and thank God. But anything that doesn't happen, they just put it to the side.
I've been praying for $1 million my whole life, mate.
It's just a 50-50 thing. Anything that happens, they go, oh wow, thank you, and it's all him. And then when it doesn't, they don't.
Yeah.
You know, when you see athletes, when
when
they win a tournament or they win a competition or whatever, they go, oh thank God. But then when they lose, they don't thank. It wasn't, oh Jesus made me drop the ball. It wasn't that. You just fucking lost. So I feel like it's just more of a way that people can direct their gratitude towards. Just to have a sense, because we are so, as I say, we're here for 14. The Earth has been here for 14.5 billion years. We live. The chances of us being here are 1 in 4 quintillion, 1 in 400 trillion. The chances of us being alive on this planet. That's a fact. And we live for about 80, 90 years if we're lucky, and then we die and we never exist again. So it's obvious that people want a sense of a greater being, someone that's in charge, someone that's like, or even if not that, in the terms of organised religion, they want something to direct their gratitude towards, something to go, oh, thank you, or because people want to feel that they have something that's looking down on them or that's given, and I feel like it's just more of a carry on. I'll cut that. I know where I was going to go, but I can't.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
No. Again, I don't believe in anything that can't be proven or true. I'm open-minded to the fact that things can exist without me knowing of it. I understand that. But if it can't be proven, I don't give a fuck.
It sounds stupid. I have a way of...
Here we go.
No, because... No.
What do you mean you have a way of?
Of saying...
Was you a hedgehog in your past life?
No, giving a explanation for reincarnation.
Go on then.
Start of the planet, start of the world, right? How did living things become living things?
Well, first off, you're not a scientist, so I'm sure they can give you an answer if you look deep into that. I'm not a scientist.
No, but I'm saying.
But if I paraphrase it and I go a guesswork, you know, and conjecture, it was because there was Big Bang. It was everything from the start. This is a fact, though. I'm just, you know, this is just pure conjecture. Everything from the start of the universe was like this small, in the small size of an atom, and then within whatever it exploded, and that's what we know as stars and matter and the thing of the universe. And carbon is is the most basic life form which created all these things like grass and water and the air and everything, and we just happen to be the perfect temperature, the perfect atmosphere, the perfect everything. And because carbon existed on our planet, we was able to create life, and therefore through evolution, different animals, different species co-create and interbreed and everything, and it's just gone for billions of years and we've evolved.
It's all to do with organisms. Because think about it. It's really hard to think this deep, but so you're made up of all different organisms, right? Yeah. In your body.
Carbon, oxygen.
We evolved from being a part of that in the earth, in the ground, everything like that. And that's what formed the first living thing that then grew into what we are. Right? So what I'm trying to say is, you know when you get buried, or you get cremated, right? And then your ashes get spread or whatever, this and that. I don't know how it would work with the whole ashes part or anything like that, but I believe if you are buried, right, I'm saying your organism, you might be like decomposing and all that, but your organism and everything, they haven't completely died off because they're still part of you.
Well, energy can't be created or destroyed, it can only transform. So when you die, you're basically saying, where does that energy go?
Yeah, you won't have the same mindset, you won't have the same brain, you won't know, you won't remember your past life. But then again, you're transferred to something else.
Well, yeah, you have to. Energy can't be destroyed or created. It has to transfer. So you go, when you die, whether you get cremated or buried, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, the whole cremation part, I don't know how it would work. Because,
what do you mean you don't know how it happens?
Because your
you
physical
get burnt
form,
in a furnace and then you go to ash.
Yeah, but your physical form is still there if you're buried.
Yes, but you just rot away and you become worm's meat. That's your energy being used as worm's meat for the ground and to decompose. That's it. And then your energy goes into, you know, what?
It's crazy. It's I think it could be a thing.
What?
Reincarnation.
I guess you won't know until you're there, right?
Hard, yeah, it's too hard to...
It's too hard to conceptualise.
You'll never know. We could have been here on this earth before. We never know.
Here's the thing. We've been around long enough that if there was a God, why is there not one piece of evidence, not people having their own anecdotal evidence? Because most of that, a lot of people's proof for God is anecdotal and it's personal experience. Evidence, hardcore empirical facts evidence, like the existence of the universe and the earth and the trees and science. That's hard empirical facts. Ricky Gervais said this best. If we destroyed all the religious books in the world and we came back 1,000 years later, they would all be different. If we destroyed all the facts and the science books in the world and came back 1,000 years later and rewrote them, they'd be exactly the same. And he also said the thing is with God is like, how do I know that me being an atheist, me not believing in God, isn't really that. If you do any research on religion, right, in terms of actual religion and the amount of gods that there is about 3,000 gods, right? In terms of all religion, all places of the world, there's 3,000 gods. If you believe in, you're Christian and you believe in God, or you believe in Allah and you're Muslim or whatever, you deny 2,999 gods, and I don't believe in just one more than you. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
you believe in one, and you don't believe in 2,999 gods.
It's a hard and touchy subject to go around and who thinks what and blah blah blah.
But I think it's good, and you need to have these discussions.
Yeah.
I would love to have someone on the podcast that's religious.
Yeah.
Because I could probably go into this and.
But would it be more of a debate, or?
I don't know, because there's a few people that I know that are religious, quote unquote, but they're not. They don't follow the Bible. They don't go to church. They just believe in God. They pray and they write things and go, "Oh, that was because of God," and that's fine. Do whatever the fuck you want. A lot of people I know don't even believe in religion. They just believe in God. I don't know what the fuck that is, but if that helps them, right? I was speaking to a teacher at work. She was like, her daughter used to be very partying, very rude, very brash in the way she, carried herself, was always getting into bits and causing trouble or whatever. And then her boyfriend is Asian and she converted to Islam or whatever, and wears a headscarf now and everything. But it's still the same person, but she's more peaceful now. She set boundaries. She doesn't drink anymore. She doesn't cause these things. She's got respect for the mother because that's the way their religion works. So I think in certain terms, in certain ways, religion and having that sense of community and like guidelines does actually make people a better person. But it's one of those things that, again, it should be a personal choice. You do it, that's fine. If it makes you a better person, fine. But don't get other people involved.
Sure.
Because if you look through history, religion is is the biggest killer. More people have been killed in the name of God than for any other reason.
Yeah.
Any other war, anything, wars and anything. But yeah, more people have been killed in the name of God than for any other reason. So in terms of organised religion, I think is a bad thing, and it's good that it's dying out in a way. But again, in terms of personal religion and people having a belief system, it's fine. Do what you want. I don't care. Just don't get me involved. If you believe in religion, I respect that, and I don't. You can do what you want. I don't believe in religion, so leave me the fuck alone.
What do you think about Bojo?
Who's Bojo?
Boris Johnson.
Oh, fuck me. We're not getting on this cunt.
Government in itself is...
I'm not going to put it... I'm not going to go too deep into
corrupt,
it, but
mate.
what I think of him, well...
What is
I'm not going to get into everything and the politics of it, because I don't really... And even with politics, I think the same. I don't believe in religion, I don't believe in government, anything. People go, oh, who are you voting for? Give a fuck. I don't vote. Your vote doesn't matter. Everything's been sorted out already. It's basically whatever party you vote for, you're voting for each wing and it's part of the same plane. Whatever party or wing you fucking vote for, it's part of the same plane. It's going in the same direction. This country, it's all been bought, sold, and paid for. Everything is already done. Your vote means fuck all, because they control it at the end of the day anyway, and they get the final decision. So what I can't remember who it was, but it was like if your vote actually counted, they'd make it illegal.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
If you really want a deep life, right? Let's put it this way, right? You're born, right? And because obviously the way that we're thinking of it in our heads, right? You're born to work, yeah?
Yeah.
Work, you earn money.
Don't want to be in the way.
You need money to live, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't work and work for someone, do something for someone,
Yeah.
you're not able to live. Yeah, you can't live a life.
Yeah.
Right.
You need money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Money runs the world.
What the heck is that?
Was that pubic hair from
Yeah, sorry, I just...
last night's sucking session? Yeah, carry on.
So, yeah, without money, you can't live.
Yeah. What's your point?
So my point is, you're born.
Yeah.
You go to school.
Yeah.
You're set up for being in a routine.
Indoctrinated,
Yeah.
more like.
You work.
Yeah.
You live.
Yeah.
You die.
Yeah.
And the end of it, you shouldn't give a fuck about anything.
Well,
Don't even say well.
there
We've
is a
spoken
well,
about
because
this
if you didn't
before.
give a fuck anything, just go out and kill people and rape people and murder
No,
them.
not
Do
in
what you
that
want.
Perspective.
Go
just
burn
don't.
up a house.
I'm saying in the perspective of what people think on you.
Oh,
And of
100%. Yeah.
Why
We're here for
people are so immersed in this person that I need to make sure this
the
person
perception
likes
of
me.
themselves rather than being who they want to
Yeah,
be. They're more
yeah.
concerned about how they look to other people.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Why? I could go.
I know,
around-
and I know people like that. I know people that are like 40-year-olds that are so, like people in my life, family members. I know people that are so concerned with how they look to the outside world, even if it's just a little. I know people that are so concerned with how they look, how they act. And again, everyone has a moral compass, so you don't. People say, oh, if you believe there's nothing after this, then why don't you just go? Like Ricky Gervais said it. He said, if someone said, if you don't believe in anything after this, after there's no point to this world, you just die and that's it, then why don't you just go rape and kill and do anything? He said, I do. And that's none, because I have a conscience and I have a moral compass, and I don't do things that's going to harm other people. Like, we waste so much time fucking about with dumb shit that when you're dying, you're like, and I've seen that when you die and you're in a fucking casket, all that shit means fuck all. That shit, the argument you had, the fucking grudge you held, the way you wanted to do because you did this and you saved up to get this because you wanted to look cool in front, all of that bullshit. Most of the thing, the one thing you remember is I think that when you die, the people that loved you the most will remember you, and they'll care and they'll miss you.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't matter what you create. It doesn't matter what you do.
leave.
All that's remembered is
Who you
were and the memories you created.
Let me just say, there's people in the world that want to make and hold a legacy of themselves, so they build something for someone that's going to stay there for years. And
What do you mean?
people in the future, 200, 300, 400 years down the line, they're going to know, that person was here, because it's history, isn't
So
it?
people like Einstein. Motherfucker died in 1870s, or 1910, I don't know.
So that's another thing, but on my perspective, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
I'm not going to be here to...
Yeah. I really got caught up in that, and I still do have these thoughts like, I need to be remembered, and I think
You don't?
when I'm dead,
Yeah.
and I'm an atheist, I know there's not going to be any higher being. I'm just going to be dead, and that's it. I'm
Yeah,
not
and
conscious. I'm just dead.
You're
I don't
not
know
gonna
about
be
it
able
because
to
I'm dead.
see anything that happens.
Why the fuck? I don't care. It would be nice, but it doesn't matter what.
But you won't know.
It's out of my control anyway. How do I? I'm not in control of how long I'm going to be remembered for. Who I'm going to remember. There's a very, very few select people that are remembered through history. They go down in the books. People like Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Julius Caesar, Winston Churchill. I don't fucking know. But even people in sport, people like Muhammad Ali, or
I mean, you say Ronaldo and Messi, they're going to
Usain Bolt. These people are going down in history as like some of the greatest.
I'm sure that they are. If you say sport-wise or anything like
Look how
that,
dark it's gone. Oh, there you go. It's back. There you go.
if you say it's sports-wise or anything like that, that's probably because they didn't probably aim to make the legacy of I'm gonna be remembered for how long. They done it for a passion. They done it because they loved what they're doing. Some people make a legacy because, I just want to be remembered and that's it. It's not because I love it. It's because I want to be known.
They like the self-fulfilling prophecy that they're better, that they've got a legacy, they're cemented.
That
and shall I tell you why those people like Muhammad Ali and people like Tupac and people that are remembered through generations of fucking people?
Because they're not forcing it.
Because they're not forcing it. They did it because they actually loved it, and they let go of what we all still hold, or a lot of us still hold, their ego. They knew that they meant fuck all, and that they didn't have an ego or this image. They was just themselves. They let go of that ego, and for that reason, that's why they're great, and that's why they have a legacy, and that's why we're remembered as legends, because they let go of that ego that holds all of us back.
You know, Ryan, that's another thing. Like, if we're talking back on what we was talking about before, like the whole like suicidal and all this and stuff like that, people that are suicidal, right?
Yeah,
that's a subject because there's a lot to say to that person, right? But at the end of the day, you don't know what they've been through, right? You could drill as much information into their head as why you shouldn't do it, why you should still be here, what you need to do. I've been there, and it doesn't do anything. You have to get out of it yourself.
Yeah.
You can't help someone in that state of mind. They're like, you should call up this phone line. Okay, for me...
It's very cliched, isn't it?
No, yeah. For me, when I was in that thought of mind, right? If someone said to me, right, I'm not going to say, they said, you should get help, or you should talk to someone, right? Do you know what I said to them? I said, so I'm going to call someone that's being paid to listen to what I'm telling them and to give me a little bit of feedback. But they don't know me. They don't care about me.
Yeah, they don't. In the abstract, they don't. They care when they're in that moment.
Job. What was you on about? You need money to live. That's what they're going for, mate. They want to live. They want their money.
And then they go how and deal with their own problems, their own family. They've got their own issues. Who's their therapist?
They're not going to care about what I said. They're not going to remember me, right? So I'm calling them up. I'm wasting my time.
You're just an asset to them for them to pay their bills and do that.
Genuinely someone sat down, right, and I felt like, hold on a minute, they actually care.
Should I tell you who those people are? Your friends and your family.
Yeah.
And they don't pay you because they don't need that, because they care. And again, some people, therapy, I think rehab helps people, but therapy and things like that, and helplines and that, I think they do help people. Of course they do.
They try.
But in the broader sense of... it's very... I don't like people... You know when people are upset and they're suicidal, they're depressed, whatever the fuck. It's very clear... It's become... Although it's true, when you do talk to someone about something, or it's going through your mind or whatever, like my nan always says, a problem shared is a problem halved. No matter what, it basically... It's... Because you can bottle up so many things in your head that once you say it, whether it's to someone else, whether it's a stranger... or it's to a friend or a family, even if they don't have a solution to it, once you've said it, you can't go over it in your head and keep overthinking it and like trying to push it under the carpet, because it's real now. You've said it, it's out there. It's now real. You have to deal with it. You can't run away anymore. It's there. You have to fucking deal with it. So even I feel like speaking to people does genuinely help, no matter what you're going through. Speaking to people helps. However, it's very clear. I don't like when people are very cliched and they just go, well, just speak to someone. Thanks for that, mate. Cheers. You've solved all my problems. It does fuck all.
What pisses me off the most, right, is it's become so normal where people do it for attention. That
trivializes it, doesn't it?
It makes it so hard to realise who actually needs the help and who's attention seeking the help. Who do you help? The person that actually needs it, or the person that's doing it because they want it?
Often the people that genuinely need it or are in that state of mind
don't get it.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, they
people don't make the most. People that make the most noise often aren't.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people out there that have them thoughts and they're putting it on their story and stuff because they're reaching out. They want someone to pop.
I was in a bad place of mind at one point, and I didn't do it all the time. I did it a couple of times. More of a cry for help. I didn't express my whole life. Yeah, it was just me literally crying.
That's
for help.
What I'm saying. I'm not saying it's.
I didn't do it for sympathy or attention or anything. I did it because it was more of a thing of
help.
If I do kill myself, which was in my head at that point, if I do kill myself or I do anything, you know why. You know why. That was it.
People have been like a lot of people have been.
I never used it to get what I wanted though.
Do you know what's even more, like mad? Yeah, there's people that go through a life crisis, and there's people that go through something that's so small, right?
Yeah.
Put them together, you could still be as low as each other.
What do you mean? Well, that you might have hit on something there. Go. I don't.
So basically, someone.
So two different scenarios. Two different people.
Two different people.
Someone that's gone through.
Been hit through a life scenario. So something's happened.
They've lost their wife. They've in debt.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom.
So something really,
that
low.
is actually devastating.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah. And there's something could have happened to someone. So like, someone, something could have happened in school a long time ago, or something they're really like. I don't know how to say it. Like, not a massive thing that could be that they can try and be dealing with.
Some sort of childhood trauma, or some sort of past experience that is mildly affected the way they are, but they accentuate it to perpetuate this idea that they're depressed and they need help.
Even just someone thinking, oh, hold on a minute, like no one actually cares about me.
People that are in their own head too much compared to people that actually have problems. People that have actually lost a family member. People that are actually going through financial problems. People that are actually dealing with terminal illnesses. People that are really actually struggling in life compared to people that are trivialising this idea of like, oh, I'm depressed. Why? Because my Instagram photo didn't get much, or I feel a bit. Oh,
it's not even just. It's not that, right? It could be something like in your head where people have said stuff.
And I know what you mean.
And stuff like that to you, and it hit you, yeah? It could be two different things like that, and they could be at the same level of like, hold on a minute, I don't want to fucking be
I know what you mean. So, whether someone's actually going through...
life-changing experience.
Some people's depression, and this is the thing, with depression, some people's is more circumstantial, and some people's is a chemical imbalance. Yeah. So, I think I know what you're trying to say, like... Some people's depression comes from an actual... Here's the thing. People are... I feel... And because it's so trivialised that it's almost like you're special if you have it, people take being sad for a little while over something. Like, I was grieving over my granddad. Lost him 6 months ago. I'm not depressed. Although I was in that state of mind, I'm not depressed. I'm just sad. I'm grieving. It's a natural part. It's a natural feeling. Depression comes from a circumstantial... thing, like you had said, if he had lost it, some guy had lost his wife and is in debt and he's depressed. That's circumstantial. Other people that really haven't got, it's in their own head because it's a chemical imbalance, or it's so deep rooted. You could have the
perfect life, but still be
on the exterior. It's fine, but you just don't know what's going on here. And I always say it's that thing of the quality of your. I've always remembered this. It's a very powerful quote. The quality of your life is dictated by the quality of your thoughts. How you, this motherfucker in your head talking to you all day, that is what it is.
I've never actually sat and thought about that.
What?
You sit there throughout the day, right? When you're not speaking, right? That is.
It's your subconscious. It's your second thought. It's the thing that's constantly overthinking and reviewing everything.
It's just. When you're alone, right, you're just sat there. Say you're doing something, you just PC something like that. Nothing's really going through your mind. You're just talking to yourself. That's what hit me hard, right? Because I was constantly on my own,
just a little bit that
and
way,
stuff like that.
Yeah, carry on.
And I don't know, man. It's when you're like just talking to yourself in your head, and it gets so deep. Where it's just like, hold on a minute, I just deep life. It has no meaning. There's no meaning to life to me. I'm here.
Do you mean like you have these moments where you have like I have these where you have like an existential crisis?
Yeah.
And you sort of whether it's for 5 minutes, you literally are like, oh fuck, and it sits in, and you're like,
it might not even be 5 minutes. It could be a day.
No. But you just get that you have like these little moments or these hours or days, whatever. Yeah. Where you have like an existential crisis, and you deep. I do have these things where I deep life to a point where I'm like, oh fuck, and I want to cry. I can feel myself getting tears now thinking about it, because where you want to cry because you're like, I'm dead.
Some of us just need a hug now and then, man.
That's it, and that's what it is. Some people just need, a hug, and it's a fact. sometimes, you know, when people, this is a good point, with some people, and people could actually take this as people that it's very cliched, although it actually helps because it's been so overused.
Yeah.
Talk to someone. Thank you. It's almost, you know, when like, you're depressed, someone's sad, and they go, "Oh, cheer up, mate." You know what? Now that you've said that, cheers, mate. Cheers. I've got terminal illness, but cheers. I'll take that on my way. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't.
Although it helps to actually speak to people, sometimes you don't even need words. Sometimes just through the medium of action. Giving someone a hug you love, that can say a lot.
Yeah.
More than
just words.
Just speak to someone, or
showing someone that you actually care for a physical way.
Yeah. Actions precede words. Actions always precede words.
Yeah.
There's been many times like where I've been with a friend, or they can see, or there's one of my friends, and she's very, very in tune with maybe the way the male mind works, but she's very, like, she sometimes wouldn't even say anything. I wouldn't even say anything, and she'll just come up to me and give me a hug and say something nice, and then automatically she doesn't even have to speak to me about the problem. Bam, I feel better, and it's automatically, I'm just like, oh, all she has to do just goes, oh, you're right, gives me a hug, and just says a little.
You just got that touchy feeling. Well,
it's a fact that I don't know if it's serotonin, but if you hug, obviously hugging makes you feel better. The physical contact of another person, you feel in love and warmth and everything. But I think if you hug someone for more than 20 seconds, it releases a certain dopamine or you get serotonin.
It does scientifically.
You hug someone for more than 20 seconds, it's like it actually lifts your mood. It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
If you hug for more than 20 seconds. Fact. So sometimes, instead of trying to speak to people and give people and say, "Oh, cheer up," or even if you don't know what to say, give them a hug.
Yeah, like
a little affirmation. Let them know that they're loved.
Yeah.
Let them know that you care. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything. Just show it.
That's another thing. I'm gonna go back to you know, when we was on about like the whole
20 to 4. We'll probably stop in about 10 minutes. Carry on.
You know, when we go back to the whole, you should call someone, and stuff like that. If there was what would help a lot, if someone behind that phone was in the place that you're in now, that would help. Not people that think
talking to like-minded people that are in a similar situation.
So someone that has been that low, but has gained so much,
a sense of perspective. Like they've actually, that's what I mean.
There,
how am I supposed to speak to someone that's in a suit that's going, "Well, I'm going to solve all your problems"? Fuck you.
Never been.
You don't know me. You don't even give a fuck. Realistically, you care for this hour that I'm here. Outside of that, you don't care. You've got your own life, your own problems. That's it. Speaking to like-minded people that actually that have been through that. Speaking, like, if I was to lose someone, speaking to someone who else lost someone like that, that's where you're going to get actual knowledge and experience, and you're going to get a sense of compassion, because they've been through that. And no, you can't do comparative suffering either. You can't do. I've lost my granddad. Someone else could lose their granddad, and we are on two complete different worlds. Mm-hmm. You had your own relationship. I had my own relationship with him.
Completely
you can't do comparative suffering, but you can have a sense of empathy because you've been through that same pain, you've had that same experience. So no matter what, you know that there's people that have experienced that and they've pushed through that. So I feel like speaking to like-minded people or speaking to people that you care about is a lot more beneficial than speaking to strangers.
It's like I know we've been doing it a lot recently. I'm not really at that state where I was before, but it's when me, you and Tyler go out.
Yeah.
We go out them late nights.
Yeah.
And we sit there and we just talk, right? Hits different. It really does.
Yeah.
Because it's just being out with your mates. Yeah. It's late at night. There's no sound, nothing apart from nature. Because where we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're saying is me, him, and Tyler. You know who Tyler is, the Don on the last episode.
The Don.
We would just go out sometimes, and like George is not really a talkative person, so to get him, as much as like me and Tyler were very open, we talk about the way we feel and stuff, and George doesn't open up like that. So like his way of opening up, or his way of showing that, is through having a good time or spending time with it like us. We would basically go out to the woods, or go out, sit on the bridge, and or sit on a wall, near a park, and late at night there's no one there, and put some music on or smoke, and well, I don't smoke, but these two did and do, and just chill and have a laugh. And through doing that and spending time with your mates, and it allows you to open up in a way that you couldn't through a conversation. If I was to ask you, we're really good mates, but even if I was to ask you and you was in a bad mood, or you was something on your mind, and I was to ask you, how do you feel, or tell me, it's not gonna, I know you're not gonna be able to open up in the way that you would if we was to go out and have a laugh first.
Yeah.
It opens you up.
Yeah.
You've got that defense down, you're laughing, you're having a good time, and you can hit you when you're most vulnerable, and you can actually have a genuine conversation and get the best out of you.
That's how it goes, though. Like, that's another thing for most people, if you're trying to help someone. Take their defense down first.
Yeah.
Break their defense mechanism, and then go into it.
Be open, be honest, be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Yeah.
Be vulnerable, don't judge, be honest, and make them laugh, make them feel comfortable. Don't make them feel like they're being interviewed or dictated, and if they're not talking, show your love through the medium of a physical connection, whether it be a hug, whether it be a little affirmation, a little thing you say to them that just makes them feel better, a little thing that they know that you're still there if you need them. Because here's the thing, when I was in a bad place, my mum would do things like, when I had a breakup a couple of years ago, and when I was in a bad, I'll wrap this up in a few minutes. It was about 2 years ago now. I went for a really bad breakup after about a 2.5 year relationship, and I was in possibly the worst position of my life for about 3 or 4 months. I was on a constant mental downhill, and it was so weird because I'd done things that I would never thought I'd do, or that I'd judge people for. When you see girls like slitting their wrists and all that, I thought, that's just why would you do that anyway? I was doing those things. I remember there was a point I had a night and I was like that, bam, 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 I saw him. Because I was in such a bad place, I didn't give a fuck. I stood on the edge of things and just, that was it. And I would go out late at night and think, I might not come back tomorrow. The only thing that would ever hold me back from doing those things is, it wasn't that I didn't want to live. It was that I didn't want to hurt people by dying.
Do you know, that's what I'm saying. Right, when I say this, right, this is personally, this might not be for everyone. When I got to that point, right, breaking point, what kept me, right, I feel, personally, is selfish. It's very, very selfish. Because the people that are around you and actually care, right, yeah, you're going through a bad time, right, but do you really need to end it and then hurt the people around you?
Suicide doesn't end the pain, it just moves it somewhere else. That's it.
Moves
and often those people
moves the pain from you, but puts
to
it
the
on
people
others.
around you that care. That's it.
So it's selfish.
Do you think? You know what? I've got a slightly different view on that. I used to think there is ounce of. I think there's always, if you lose someone to suicide, there's going to be so many questions. There's like, you're going to have anger, you're going to be upset, you're going to be like, why did they do this? Well, you're going to have so many, you're going to have empathy, you're going to be sympathizing with them, and you're going to have so many emotions. But I think there might be an ounce of that, maybe, but I think to a point where someone is willing to take their own life, they do not exist on any level, they're going, boom, I'm ending it. I think it's past the point of even being selfish. Self-harming and stuff for attention, that can be classed as selfish. Or people that, the boy who cried wolf, people that use it as a staple gun to go, oh, I'm going to commit suicide, or they play this depressed character that they know they're never going to do it, and so that is selfish. People that actually go through with it, I don't think, how can you be selfish? Because you've taken your own life. There is no selfish. You don't exist. You're not going to know how other people, you're not going to be there to repercuss and have experience the sympathy of other people.
No, selfish is in the way of, how do I put it?
I think I know where you're coming from. You're not coming from a bad place.
Yeah, no, it's
like,
not like that. It's
like, oh, you're a selfish cunt, you killed yourself.
Yeah. You're taking your life when you could live it at the same time.
I think you're directing more of your...
This is personal.
Yeah,
This is not everyone, yeah?
No.
This is me. I feel selfish if
Oh,
I'm
you?
to do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're not on about people that have killed themselves.
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that, no. I'm on about myself.
Yeah,
Like, I feel very selfish if I'm taking my life
I would.
and putting everybody else.
As I said,
Like
that's
that.
the only thing that would stop me.
It's
Someone
other
coming to
people.
my mum's door and going,
Yeah.
we have some bad. I couldn't. That thought was worse. And you know what? And you know what I was saying earlier about little affirmations. I was in a place where I'm not a talkative person. I do talk and I'm open, but when I'm going through a bad thing or I've got things going on my mind and I'm struggling or I'm dealing with grief like I am, I still am dealing with grief, but I don't speak about it to people often. I just deal with it and I carry on. I know speaking helps, and I do often.
I can't.
But if I know I can deal with it, I just carry on. I don't like putting and feeling like a burden to other people. And I remember that point when I was in that relationship and I broke up and I was on like a 4-month spiral. I'd self-harmed. I'd gone out late at night. I'd done other stuff. Right, I'm not gonna say actually, but I was in a point where it was like I might end it. I was contemplating it. I'd done things, and every night going out with the intuition like might not come back tomorrow, and. Although no one, because my mum was so worried and she was speaking to me, she was trying to speak to me all the time, trying to get me to open up, I just wouldn't. And she knew that. And so, although she couldn't do that and open me up in terms of talking, she knew she wasn't going to be able to open me up to talk.
Yeah.
She showed that she cared in other ways, that she would make me, I could be there at home and she would just make me a cup of tea, or she would leave a little note, or she would just do a little tiny thing, or say a little word, or do a little action that was just like, I'm there for you.
Yeah.
And that, even though I didn't know that then, I was so in my own head that it's only until after you get out of that position that you go, the little things that I didn't notice then, and only until after that you go, oh, she was basically saying, look, I'm here for you. And then you appreciate that. It's to the people that kill themselves and people that actually do go to that extent that you're never able to get those questions answered, and you feel like, what more could I have done?
It's crazy how
it's only to the people that can survive that, get in those thoughts, that if you show that you mean, and you show, whether it's through the medium of speaking or you show that you love someone, they will never know when you're doing it. You'll never know until after you get out of that position. You're like, oh, he cared and I didn't know that at the time, but they were showing their ways of affection. And as you said earlier, there's no one or nothing that's going to bring you out of it other than yourself. You have to be the one.
Yeah, you have.
But
help.
You can help people, but you can't force them out of it. You have to just be there to just give them a nudge along. And although they might not appreciate it in the moment, because they're in their own fucking head, they will later down the line if you do that. If they survive it, they will. So all you can do is be there for people to support.
It's crazy how something so small can go a long way.
What do you mean? Yeah. Oh my god, a little affirmation, a word.
Yeah.
Like that's why I try and.
It can save someone's life.
100%.
Like something so small can just.
Little acts of kindness you do not know what the first. I say every single person you walk past on the street is going through something, or they might not be now, but they just did, or they're going to go through something soon. Everyone's got their own shit.
It's not hard to be a nice person.
It's not.
It's not. How much time does it take? Nothing. It doesn't take no time, because you're living in this moment in time now, where what you're going to do is sit down for a little bit. You know, in the time that you were sitting looking at your screen for that 10 seconds, 20 seconds, you could have said something to someone.
Little affirmation.
It really just does help.
A wink.
Yeah.
A hug.
Just like...
this could be a good note to finish on, actually. If you have someone that you care about, it's very easy. People go, tell the people you love you care about them.
Yeah,
but if you can't do that and you can't open up, just...
do something.
Buy them a fucking bar. Buy them their favourite chocolate bar. Write a little letter and just go, this is completely random. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you and I'm happy and I appreciate you being in my life. I love you so much. Thanks for everything. Do that. Send it. Give it to people that you know.
You ain't even got to do that, right? What I want to say, right, is because I've thought this before, right?
Yeah.
Don't just do it and think, oh wait, they've just said to do it, right? What I would, because some people listen to something like, oh wait, that's a good idea, I'm gonna do that. They do it once and then just forget.
Yeah.
take it on and do it every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's a daily recurrence where you can just show them every single
Acts
day.
of kindness is the most contagious thing.
Yeah, it just makes someone's life so much better.
And it's a knock-on effect as well. If you do a little tiny thing for someone that makes them feel better, they'll do it to someone else, and it will just continue, and you just get this domino effect.
Bringing on what your granddad said to you as well, every day you wake up is a good day.
Yeah.
Bring that into effect. When they wake up, make sure it's a fucking good day. Yeah?
Yeah.
As in, you can make it 10 times better as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What do you mean, though? By
as in, yeah, it make, like, when you wake up, it's a good day. Yeah?
Yeah.
Someone saying something, yeah, can make it that little bit better. And it can make you, like, you just wake up with...
It could be a good morning text. It could be just a little bit of breakfast in bed for your partner.
Just
it could be a little affirmation.
How does it even
miss
got to
you
be when they wake up or anything, mate? Honestly, in the day, you can make someone's day by just doing something so small.
That's what I say. Big acts of kindness. You can show your love through big acts and getting big gifts and all these accentuating, these eccentric big gestures. But little affirmations, that's how I know that the people around me know that I care about them, because I'll do little affirmations, even if it's just, boy, that's it.
Yeah.
Or, bringing up something that they might have been, that they're doing or that they're creating and going, oh, that's good. You know what? I'm proud of you on that. Bam. That is a little affirmation, or even just the thing of an action. I remember I did it for a friend not long ago. I remembered something they asked about 6 months ago, and I remembered it, and I just brought them, like it was a bar of chocolate or something else. But I didn't even say anything. I just went to see him, and I brought it, and I just went, oh, here you go, I got you this. I was like, oh my God, you remember? Oh my God. And that might have just stuck. It's a little tiny fucking thing, cost me £1, but I've made their night. And it reinforces, you don't know it, but it just reinforces a little affirmation that, oh, yeah, that's why I care about them.
Yeah, again.
That's what they care about me.
You don't even know what they're going through.
Yeah, so, they could have had a shit fucking day. They could have had a fucking shit day at work.
And they not say anything. Wipe it off.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You top it off. And that's it. That's a day complete.
Someone could have been on the edge, and you've just tipped them back on the good side, rather than tipping them on the bad side. That's why it's so important to just be kind. It's so generic as well. Be kind. Help other people. Tell the people around you. I hear that a lot. Tell the people around you love them right now.
But then, because it's so forced. It's not. It's like school, right? You go there, and it's a set thing that you've got to do, right? Don't make it like that. Make it your own thing. Make it your own way of showing them. Don't make it forced.
Make it personal.
That's what I mean.
That's it.
I
always say love is like a fart. If you force it, it's shit.
That's it.
So that's a good way to end. Should we end on that?
That's great.
Right.
That's great, man.
Let me just. There we go. Right. I think that's going to wrap up this episode. Hold up. Some cunt going past on a motorbike.
It's not me.
So he falls off.
This
whole dialogue about kindness, I'm like, yep. But yeah, and that's another thing. Humor is the best medicine for me personally, and I know other people is. Even if you don't ever talk about what you're going through, having a laugh with people is the best medicine. Even if you're dealing with things, laugh about it. I can laugh about things that have been really, really personal to me. That's the best way. We're not here for that long. Have a laugh. Is your camera just turned off again? Right, his camera's turned off again. You might as well just get in my shot then, and we'll do the outro.
Let me just
Come on then, G.
Come on, baby.
Come on, lad. Right, come on. You gotta get in your fucking
I am
mob.
in you. See, that's not being nice, is it?
Come on, George. Come on, give us a kiss. You gotta get in your...
I'm fucking... Look.
Fuck. Right, there we go. Right, that's going to be the end of the episode. I hope everyone has enjoyed. If you still are watching, leave a like. It means a massive amount to us, and it shows that you're enjoying the content we're making. Subscribe, and also turn on the notification button. If you don't, you literally won't be notified when we post. It's pointless to subscribing if you're not going to click the button. All of our socials are going to be down below. So if you would like to ask a question or have a bit of advice answered by us, or whoever's on the podcast next, either anonymously, and we'll keep your name out, or you want it public or whatever. Leave comments down below. everything. Enjoy your life. Make someone smile. And,
Tickles.
yeah.
Tickles.
Cunts.
That's.
It's a nice word to end it on, isn't it?
I hope we made your day by calling you a cunt.
Yeah. That, you know, all the advice. Fuck all the advice. I hope.
Do you want a little bit of an ASMR?
You little fucking cunt. Right. Should we call that a wrap? Right, now we're finishing. Right, let me just do a quick intro, because I need it for the video. just a quick intro,
Show me, what you gonna do for me, then show me something.